There comes a moment in every person's life, a moment when the lies begin to fall apart, the noise fades, and what's left staring back in the mirror is real, not the version they perform for the world, not the expectations others placed on them, not the roles they were assigned, but the truth, the moment you realize who you are, not who they said you'd be, not who you were told to become, but the raw, unfiltered soul that's been caged inside your chest, waiting to be released. Most people never get there. They live as shadows of themselves, ghosts, going through the motions of life while dying inside. They wake up, they eat, they work, they sleep, and repeat until the day they're gone, never knowing the power that was always inside them, never hearing the call to rise. But you're here, which means something inside you has already begun to awaken. That fire? It's not a coincidence. It's not random. It's not just another motivational moment. It's your turning point. I know what it's like to be counted out, to be underestimated, to be invisible. I was the weakest, the bottom of the food chain, an afterthought in a world that worships strength, the guy nobody feared, the one nobody believed in. But do you know what weakness taught me? That it's not permanent. Being at the bottom gives you a better view of how high you can climb. That real power isn't inherited, it's forged. In silence, in struggle, in the places no one sees. I learned that there's a system to life. Not just rules, a structure. A hidden path that separates the weak from the unstoppable. Level 1 is recognition. You must see yourself clearly. Strip away the lies. Tear off the mask. Get real about your limitations. Most people will lie to themselves for comfort. But comfort kills growth. And growth is the only path to power. Level 2 is decision. You either evolve or you stay the same. You either rise or you rot. There is no in between. There is no waiting for the right time. The right time is always now. Level 3 is action. Not planning. Not dreaming. Not talking. Moving. Every single day. The small steps. The painful steps. The lonely steps. Level 4 is persistence. Because life will punch you. People will doubt you. Your mind will try to sabotage you. But when the pressure rises, your response reveals your destiny. Let me tell you what it means to grind. It means showing up when no one is watching. It means waking up before the sun and putting in work while others sleep. It means missing out, sacrificing fun, and ignoring distractions. It means bleeding for the dream, and doing it again tomorrow, and the day after. The grind is not glamorous. It's brutal, but it's the only way forward. Your mind will lie. It will tell you that you're tired when you're only unmotivated. It will tell you that you've done enough when you've barely started. It will whisper that you should quit, that it's not worth it. That voice is not your friend. It is the final boss, the enemy within, and it has one goal: to keep you small, to keep you safe, to keep you from becoming what you were born to be. But you don't serve that voice anymore. You serve your vision. You serve your higher self. You serve the person you're about to become. Do you know what transformation looks like in nature? It's not pretty. A caterpillar doesn't slowly grow wings. It dissolves, breaks down into nothing. It becomes unrecognizable. And then it rises, reborn, unchained, limitless. That's what you must do. You want to change? Then the old you must die. Not improve. Not tweak. Not adjust. Die. Your habits? Replaced. Your mindset? Rewired. Your identity? Rebuilt from scratch. Most people aren't willing to do that. They want to keep the old identity and just add success on top. They want the power without the pain. They want the reward without the risk. But that's not how it works. Never has it been. Never will be. To become powerful, you must first be powerless. To become great, you must first be invisible. To become unstoppable, you must first be broken. There is no shortcut. There is only the path. And that path demands sacrifice. You will lose friends. You will be misunderstood. You will be alone. But you will also gain something far more valuable: yourself. Imagine a version of you. Fearless, focused, unshakable. This version of you doesn't hesitate, doesn't fold under pressure, doesn't live by limits. They walk into a room and change the energy. Not with noise, but with presence. They are a force. Not because life gave them anything, but because they took it. That version of you isn't a fantasy. It's not a dream. It's not a maybe. It's real. And it's waiting for you. But you must go get it. You must walk through the storm. You must tear yourself down. You must face every demon that's ever told you you're not enough. Because on the other side of that pain is power. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to be. You are not here to blend in. You are here to stand out, to become the apex version of yourself. From this day forward, mediocrity is dead. Average is not in your vocabulary. Settling is betrayal. You were born to lead, to dominate, to master your reality. Life is a dungeon, and you are the hunter. Every obstacle is XP. Every failure is a checkpoint. Every defeat is an upgrade. This is your game, and it's time to level up. The weak version of you? Let it die. Bury it. Mourn it, then move on. The powerful you is being born. Rise. Not because it's easy. Not because you're guaranteed to win. But because it's who you are. Rise because pain forged you. Rise because purpose fuels you. Rise because the world needs your strength. This is not motivation. This is a command. This is not hype. This is evolution. Welcome to the transformation. Welcome to the metamorphosis. Welcome to the moment you stop being human and start becoming a monarch, a ruler of shadows, a sovereign of self, a king or queen of your mind, your own life, your legacy. Every scar is a badge. Every battle is a story. Every mistake is a teacher. And now your shadow army grows. Each version of you that you've defeated now fights for you. Each failure now protects you. Each ounce of pain now fuels you. You are becoming unstoppable, and the world won't see it coming. Let them doubt. Let them sleep. Let them scroll. You build. You sharpen. You evolve. You're not chasing validation. You're chasing greatness. Not applause, but results. Not approval, but transformation. You're no longer asking for permission to rise. You are taking your place at the top, not by chance, not by birthright, but by relentless effort. And when they ask, what changed? You'll say nothing. You just finally decided to stop pretending to be weak and started becoming who you were always meant to be. Now rise, Shadow Monarch. Your throne awaits. You've heard the voice in your head, the one that says, maybe you're not enough. Maybe this isn't for you. What if you fail? And maybe you've listened to it. Maybe you've let it slow you down, hold you back, make you wait. But here's the truth. That voice isn't yours. It's an echo, an accumulation of every time you were judged, every time you were laughed at, every time they told you to stay in your lane. You were never born with that doubt. It was installed by a system that profits from your weakness, by a world that fears your rise. But now you see it. Now the code is breaking. Now the virus is exposed. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it's there, you can fight it. You can replace it, override it, with new commands, with a new identity, with power. That's what evolution is not. Change, but replacement. You don't upgrade by adding. You upgrade by replacing. Replacing fear with awareness. Replacing doubt with decision. Replacing hesitation with domination. This is where your training begins. Not physical, mental. Because if you master the mind, the body will obey. Let's talk about the war zone. Not outside, but inside. Your brain is a battlefield. And right now, the fight is between the old you and the new you. The version you've been versus the version you're becoming. And every choice you make is a vote. You're casting votes every day. Votes for discipline or comfort. Votes for excuses or execution. Votes for your past or your future. So ask yourself, who are you voting for? Because here's the secret. You don't become a monarch by luck. You become one by training your mind to serve you. That means building rituals. Daily. Relentless. Non-negotiable. You wake up and take command. You don't scroll, you set intentions. You don't react, you plan an attack. You don't survive the day, you dominate it. While the world chases dopamine, you chase discipline. While they binge distract, you build structure. While they live on autopilot, you choose to operate with awareness. This is how you become dangerous. Not loud, not flashy, but calculated. The kind of danger that walks into a room and changes the air. The kind of energy that doesn't seek approval, it gives direction. The kind of presence that doesn't need to shout because silence now speaks louder than noise. You don't need to prove yourself. You just need to become yourself. And that requires shedding everything that's not you. That's the pain most won't endure. That's the silence most run from. But that silence, that pain, that's the forge, where greatness is born, where your crown is carved, where your shadows become soldiers. Let's talk about them, your shadow army. It's not a fantasy. It's not a metaphor. It's every part of you that has suffered. Every version of you that was defeated, humiliated, broken. Each of them still exists in your memory, but you get to choose. Will they be your chains or your weapons? Will your past paralyze you, or will it fight for you? Because when you finally own your story, when you stop hiding your pain, and instead train with it, you become unstoppable. You walk with all your scars behind you, not to shame you, but to guard you, to remind you of what you've already survived. Those failures? They're not dead weight, they're armor. And now you wear them into battle, because the new you is not fragile, not emotional, not seeking comfort. The new you is cold, focused, silent, like a blade honed for war. The world won't prepare you for this. It will try to seduce you with ease, with approval, with attention, but that's a trap. The strongest don't chase attention, they attract respect. And that respect comes not from loudness, but from the results. You want to be respected? Do something worth respecting. You want to lead? First, learn how to lead yourself. That means no more blaming, no more wishing, no more asking, why me? You don't cry for the crown, you earn it. In silence, in struggle, in solitude. Let them take selfies. Let them go viral. You go invisible. Because legends aren't made in the spotlight. They're made in the dark. When no one's watching. When no one claps. When no one cares. Until one day, the world looks up and says, where did this monster come from? But you'll know. You were always there. You just stayed hidden until it was time to unleash. And now that time has come. Let's talk about dominance. Not over others, over yourself. Real dominance means mastering your emotions, training your impulses, choosing response over reaction, controlling your state, building systems that serve your goals. It's not exciting. It's not fun. But it works. Dominance isn't a feeling. It's a system. And that system begins with self-control. You want strength? Fast? You build it slowly. You want mastery? You fail 1,000 times. You want transformation? You break before you rebuild. You want respect? You earn it alone. You are not soft. You are not broken. You are becoming. And becoming requires pain. But here's the truth they never told you. Pain is the portal. Every struggle you've been through, it wasn't punishment. It was preparation. For this rise, this rebirth. You are stepping into a new class of existence, where few dare to go, where fear dies, where weakness is melted down into strength. You are not just changing your habits, you are changing your destiny. And once you taste this level, you'll never go back, because you'll realize you were never average. You were just surrounded by the wrong crowd. You were never weak. You just hadn't awakened the beast. You were never lost. You were just waiting for the call. This is it. The call. The mirror. The moment. So choose. Choose power. Choose a purpose. Choose pain not as suffering, but as transformation. You are no longer an ordinary person. You are a monarch in training. And this is your awakening. From this point forward, you will never beg for validation. You will never fear judgment. You will never chase comfort. Because you know, comfort kills kings, but pain forges gods. Now rise, train, build, hurt, heal, destroy, rebirth. And when the world sees you again, they won't recognize you, because they'll be looking for the old version of you. But that version doesn't exist anymore. That version was buried beneath the ruins of excuses. And from those ruins, you emerged, crowned in scars, clothed in shadows, backed by an army of your darkness. Eyes forward, feet grounded, mind sharpened, and heart untouchable. Now go into the world and conquer. Not just once, but every day, every breath, every battle. Because this world belongs to those willing to burn for it. You were not made to break. You were made to rule. You are the shadow monarch. Now reign. There is a moment in every transformation where silence falls. Not because there's nothing left to say, but because the change is complete. Not everyone will understand what you've become. You'll walk differently, speak differently, see the world through sharper eyes. They'll call you cold, distant, arrogant even. Let them. Because they didn't see the nights you broke and kept moving. They didn't hear the voices you had to silence just to breathe. They didn't feel the fire you lit beneath your soul to stay alive. They didn't watch you die and resurrect 1,000 times in your mind. You've gone where most people refuse to go, inside. And from the inside you rebuilt everything. You didn't just heal, you evolved. You didn't just survive, you ascended. This isn't about ego. This isn't about flexing. This is about finally being you. Unapologetically, unchained, undeniable. You've entered a state few will ever reach, where emotion is mastered, where the purpose is clear, where chaos becomes a tool, where you no longer chase life, you command it. And it's in that state that you unlock true power. Not brute force but calm force. Not desperation, but divine focus. There is power in being grounded when the world is shaking. There is a strength in walking forward while others hide. There is leadership in silence. Presence is dominant. You are no longer waiting for life to happen. You've taken the blueprint. You've rewritten the code. You've become the architect of your evolution. And now, you stand at the gate, not of arrival, but of responsibility. Because power, real power, comes with duty. The duty to protect, to guide, to shine light for those still in the dark. You once begged for the light. Now you carry it. You once feared the shadow. Now it follows you. You are no longer a student. You are the symbol, the story, the example. The others will look at and say, if they did it, maybe I can too. But you won't need their praise. You won't need their applause. Because your reward is internal. It's the silence in your chest. It's the strength in your stride. It's the warrior in your reflection. It's the crown they can't see but you feel. Let's go deeper. Let's talk about legacy. What will your life say when you're no longer here to speak? What story will they tell? What energy will you leave behind? Not money, not fame, but impact, but influence, but immortality through transformation. Because if you rise and do nothing with it, then what was the point? You don't become the shadow monarch just to sit on a throne. You rise to build thrones for others. You conquer your demons so others can learn to fight theirs. You walk through fire so others know it's survivable. This is where ego dies and leadership is born. You are now a mirror for what's possible. Every room you walk into, every space you enter, becomes sharper, more focused, more alive. Because you carry clarity in a world drowning in confusion. This is the final form. And yet, it's only the beginning. Because power is not static. It compounds. It multiplies. It grows when shared. You've reached the place where most stop. Where most look around and say, I made it. But not you. You don't chase finish lines. You destroy them and build new ones. You don't stop when the goal is reached. You elevate the standard. Because that's what monarchs do. They reign. But they also rise endlessly. Their evolution has no ceiling. So here's your command. Take everything you've become. And now begin again. Not because you have to, but because you can. Because power is your default now. Because pain is your old friend. Because greatness is your minimum standard. Because excuses have been permanently deleted from your vocabulary. Your training is never over. Your rise is never finished. Your army of shadows will keep growing. Each day you choose pressure over peace, fire over fear, strength over safety. They will ask, how did you do it? And you will answer with your life, not your words. You'll show them what it means to evolve. The average man reacts. You calculate. The average mind waits. You initiate. The average soul breaks. You build. So now, return to the world. Return with silence. Return with fire. Return with vision. No more hesitation. No more explanation. No more justification. You are what you've become. You are what you've endured. You are what you've built. And now, you are inevitable. Welcome to the final form. Welcome to absolute control. Welcome to elite awareness. Welcome to mental royalty. Welcome to the only title that truly matters. You are the monarch, not of others, but of yourself. And there is no crown higher than that. Now go, and leave your mark on history.